Let's see what you do here. Read carefully. This time everyone is going to answer. I'm going to see your answers. Few more people looking for you. Okay, let me see. Oh man, this time alphabet is dominated by one particular alphabet. God's sake, really? Let me see what the YouTube people are doing there. YouTube people, what are you doing there? Let me get it. Okay. All right, I'm seeing alphabet C is highly dominating here. How come everyone go to the one alphabet? Let me pull someone who has not spoken. Senthil, you want to talk about C? Why you thought C is a good answer for you?
Yes, Shri. Getting the customer expectation before starting the work and completing the product per the expectation is good for this
Okay.
one.
Okay. So Senthil, help us. What is the problem statement in the question? Who is being targeted?
The team.
Team. Very good. When we say team, what kind of project it is? Is it a plan-driven, change-driven, hybrid?
I believe Agile.
Look like, isn't it? Because of what?
Yes.
Because of what?
Iteration demos.
Yes.
because of iteration, look like Agile. Okay, let's believe it's Agile. Nice. Now, team is targeted. It looks like Agile. What is the sensitivity? What's the problem of this question? Main problem is statement here.
The packaging and the presentation was not good in the previous versions.
What is that? Which keyword says there is a problem in this question?
Negative feedback.
Negative feedback. Okay. Now we got the hint in the question. The hint in the question is there is a negative feedback. Who has given this negative feedback in our scenario? Negative
Customer.
feedback. Who gave it? There is a person, X person as a customer who gave it. Okay. What they are not happy for? The products, packaging, and presentation. Something, the box which you gave is not happy, which means it's not, it's look like incomplete. Can we say like that? Incomplete.
Yes.
Okay. Which means something you agreed, but it is not there. Something is wrong there. How can the team, improve the chances of customer acceptance? In future, they want to improve. The moment they say improve, they didn't ask you what happened. If they ask you what happened, there could be different answer. But here, how can you improve? Can I say I should look for future? Okay, future. What can be the next I have to do? Okay, that's an ask here. Okay, this is a situation now. Now, since everyone went with the C, I checked with Senthil. Senthil says, because of this, you have to work out on this part. Is it correct, Senthil? You want to fix a DOD?
Yes.
Now let me ask Senthil again. When this DOD is prepared in Agile team, if you are aware of it.
While creating the product log.
Product backlog. Okay. So what you're saying here is there is something called product backlog. Okay. Product backlog is a collection of requirements. Can I say like that? Collection of requirements. So while preparing this itself, we will have a document called DOD. Okay, nice. So now the sprint is happening or iteration is happening. Here you can use iteration, or sprint, or interchangeably can be used. And now this iteration is happening. This is called sprint backlog, or you can also call iteration backlog. Now, when we do this, this is the high priority work comes and sit here. When the team does the job, they will give in a small piece of deliverable. This is a small piece you can call as increment, or you can call as MVP, you can call as a MMF, minimum marketable feature. When you give it to the customer says, I'm not happy. Okay, they say, I'm not happy because something is not there. So now the answer says revise a DOD. But Senthil, if we are hearing that this is prepared when the backlog is ready. You mean in a project once we prepare or multiple times?
Multiple times.
Multiple times. Okay. What is the frequency of preparing DOD?
Every time we revise the product backlog based on the feedback, he's
Uh-huh.
supposed to revise the DOD.
DOD also. Okay. I hear you. Okay. Next, thanks for the input. I'm going to pull someone else also to talk about it. Let me see if anyone is willing to talk. If anyone is using DOD in your corporate, if you use already. Rishikesh is here. Yes, Rishikesh.
Yes, it's not just called DOD every time. It could be done criteria. It could be done 3 criteria, and many similar terms, right? So I think I'll go with answer C, and the reason remains same as someone mentioned earlier, that this is an opportunity to hear from customer about what they feel is a minimum viable product, or what they feel is an acceptable feature for them.
Okay. I hear that point. Rishikesh, one question to you, if you're aware. We heard from Senthil here. The DOD will be revised every time. Is this true?
Not through every sprint. I mean, that there might be some other periodic intervals, but I have never seen DOD getting revised for every sprint.
Every sprint, right? Okay. So we have two varying answers. Is everyone heard or seen DOD in your projects? Have you seen DODs? Maybe some people are not seen. Okay, for your benefit, I'll just bring a DOD. The DOD is how big the document is. How big the document will be. Huge document, lot of content.
1 pager.
1 pager. Okay. And who can prepare this page? Who can prepare this for us? Is it a product owner? Okay, I'm going to show a sample for you how a DOD will look like. Then I want to listen from you. How do you think this will happen? Where I have my DOD. For information, DOD has some bullet points. And these bullet points you will touch maybe once in timeline when you have a correction like this. As Senthil was pointing out, when the correction has been recommended, yes, you have to touch it. But do I need to touch it every time? That's the question. If I want to know that every time I should touch, first I should know what is inside DOD. First of all, why we need a DOD in a project? Can't we work without DOD? Why we need a DOD?
Improve the quality and other parameters.
Improving the quality. Okay. 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 Just I'm giving a picture of how a DOD will look like. In this, on the left, you see DOR, right, you see DOD. Let's talk DOR later. Let's talk about DOD. Take a look of DOD. Some bullet points are given. Is this bullet points are universal? Or it can be specific for a company?
Universal.
Universal. So what is a DOD? In the screen it says, does it mention it as a checklist? Is it mentioning as a checklist? Now, when you see there is a checklist of all the criteria required to be met so that a deliverable can be considered ready. If you want to say something is ready, it should have been tested. It should have been reviewed. It should have been accepted by the customer, called UAT. Have you heard about UAT? What is UAT?
User acceptance test.
User acceptance testing. Functional testing should have been done. Non-functional testing should have been done. Product owner should have accepted. I can even write more. No one stops you. Documentation completed. Can I say like that? It's up to you, right? Your company. Our company senior product manager approved. Can I say that? You can. It's up to you. It's your company. It's your company's DOD, your team's DOD. This DOD kind of a document is prepared mainly very beginning stage of the project. In Agile specifically, you can follow non-Agile also. No one stops you. But when you prepare this in the very beginning, team is very clear. You can print this A4 paper. It's a A4 paper. Print it. Pin it on the wall where your team is working. Whenever your team says, I have completed the work, You can question them back. Completed is different. DOD is different. Completed is I have done my work in my system. I have done my work in my table. Is it sufficient for DOD? If you complete only your work, is it sufficient for DOD?
No.
No. Which means when you completed, you should also do other parameters. You should also do other parameters to call as a completed or a done. A done is different. Completed is different. Complete is nice. Friday evening, 4 o'clock, I completed. Okay, very good. Then what you did? I went home. No. Tell me, after you completed, did you test it? Did you share this information with other team members? Did you got acceptance testing approved by the customer? Did you complete a documentation? Did you merge it? Do this. In software industry, they call different terms. Message here is, when you say something is a DOD, it's workable, usable for the customer. Does it make sense? It's workable, usable for the customer. Now, go back to the principle number 7. What is the principle number 7? Can someone read out? What is principle number 7, Agile? Oh, wow. Still, any one of you don't have an Agile book in front of you? Principle number 7 in Agile.
Regarding working software, yes, I don't have the book right now. Shri will make it.
Working software is the primary
Working
measure of
software.
progress.
Yeah.
Very good. First, thanks a lot for taking the effort. Open the book and you read it. Yeah, thanks for that. So working software is the primary measure of progress. So when I say working software, it was written for software industry in the 2001. Today it can be any industry. Anything workable. Workable for what? To customer. Working solution, working system is the primary measure. When you say working, it should work in any block where the customer can use it. You cannot tell it was working in my garage, but it is not working on the roadside. No. It was working in my computer, but not there. No. That is not the game. Game here is DOD. It has to meet all the criterias, and we should call DOD it's usable, consumable. Now coming back to the question we were discussing, right? Rishikesh was giving a point and Senthil was giving a point. DOD is a doc which you write in the beginning of the project or beginning of the sprints. How frequently I should touch it? It's a very subjective question. If your DOD is not properly defined, you are improperly defined, every time you get a review or a negative feedback like what you saw in the question, I have to open it. If in case my team is going well, sprint after sprint, iteration after iteration, my team is delivering properly and the customer is giving the right product, whatever they want. Working software is a primary measure of progress. It's going really well. Team is delivering. Principle number 1, our highest priority is to satisfy the customer through early and a continuous delivery of what? Last word, last words. Still, if anyone will open with the book of Agile, what is the last word in the first principle?
Valuable software.
Valuable software. Thanks there, Kapila. It's a valuable software, which means how it becomes valuable. Only it has a meaning of what you're doing. Makes sense with the customer thought process. On top of that, it's usable. You should not give some dump. In the name of a speed, in the first line of principle, it says early and continuous delivery. Hey, you ask for early. Can I give anything with a bug? Question to you, if anyone gives you super fast, but it has a lot of problem and error, will you accept it? They give you super
No.
fast, but a lot of problem, will you accept it? You'll say no, isn't it? Amazon guy delivers you by morning, supposed to deliver by evening, but giving in the morning. You are very happy, but giving a wrong product, I don't think you'll be happy. Speed is not an excuse to make mistakes. To prevent it, we have something called DOD. So DOD is one of the gate to stop the problems in Agile. Great. Thanks a lot for everyone who responded. And thanks, Senthil and Rishikesh, for giving that point. Now, in your company, there should be something called, there is something called, what to say, DOD, DOR. So what I do is, I'll quickly show you. the answer also. Then we'll take another thought process. But the intention of sharing this is you should be aware that there is something called DO or DOD, which is prepared by the team, not by the product owner. Team, along with everyone, will sit and prepare it, which means we should be aware of what does it mean, DOD. So I found the answer shared in the chat box primarily goes with C, which is the right answer. Yay! You guys got right one. So what it says, let's see the justification. Finding a better packaging is a definitely goal in this scenario, but it's a question of how the team can research and recommend. While project teams should always be aware of external changes could impact these projects. The customer is the first place to start the determine the criteria for what they accept. The DOD must be agreed and updated to customers' needs. Okay, this is subject to change in an adaptive project. I won't touch it every day. If you do every day, it's a problem. Maybe once in a while, you take a look what can be done better. All right.